Okay, so lately on my weekly screencast coaching webinars, we've been talking a lot about Camtasia 8 and some of the advantages and new features, including multiple video tracks. This is kind of a big one. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what that means for us in terms of what we can do with it in Camtasia 8 specifically, and how we can now take advantage of some really cool video clips that are out there that take advantage of something called alpha transparency. I'll talk about what that means and show you how to do it, and also where to get these cool video clips. Here I'm in Camtasia Studio 8, and I have a clip in with some video clips, some title clips, and some other footage and things on the timeline. But the thing about alpha transparency video files is, if you notice this one right here, looks like a little trail of sparkles. It's called a particle effect, and it will animate across the screen. And the other thing you'll notice is that the background is black, and what that essentially means is that anything that looks black here is keyed out. In other words, it is transparent. So if we take this video clip and drop it down on top of an existing title slide or video clip or anything else on the timeline, it will show up over whatever is existing underneath, with the transparent parts allowing whatever's underneath to show through. Kind of like a PNG file, a graphics image. Well, exactly like a PNG transparent image. So here's kind of what that looks like. Just let this roll. These are typically MOV files because that file format supports transparency. And let me just show you where we can go ahead and get some of these. The cool thing is that you can get these for a steal. And in this blog post, I talked about where you can get a premium set of these kinds of graphics for like 17 bucks. There's all kinds of cool effects, and I kind of put a little demo together here. These are from a Warrior special offer. They're called Motion Graphics for Marketing, and I'm not going to belabor all of this other than to say that you can kind of check it out here. You can use these in just about any video editing kinds of project. But again, the interesting thing in Camtasia 8 is that it now supports the pre-keyed transparency or alpha transparency. So you can look through here and see that there are video transitions, lower thirds. Oh gosh, there's just all kinds of interesting things. And again, it's only 17 bucks. And I thought that was pretty cool. I recommended it. Lots of folks picked it up. And I found out the other day that they now have volume 2 of the motion graphics. So what I wanted to do was take a quick look at this, because here's the thing. While I think all the particle effects, you know, and the spinning little fireworks thingies and lens flares and stuff are kind of cool, unless you really kind of use them judiciously and sparingly, they can, I don't know, kind of come off looking a little cheap and cheesy. So again, yes, they're cool and you can use them, but use them sparingly. In volume 2 here, however, what I thought was really interesting was they've now gone and added something other than just regular traditional, you know, special effects for videos. They have promotional graphics animations, and then these really kind of cool shape and object animations. So I went ahead and picked this particular package up, and what I want to do is kind of show you what I think are some of the much more practical and useful kinds of animations that we can use. So here's the member download. Once you pick it up, you get into the private members area here, and then you can go ahead and grab these collections. Now again, this collection includes some of the other things like spinning globes and space pictures, lens flares, something called a reveal, which again, if you want to use these, that's okay, but you really have to get your timing right. Definitely do go ahead and play with them and things like that, but I want to jump in and kind of look at what the other interesting aspects are here. Mobile animations and the promotional and animated shapes. Okay, so to use the pre-keyed transparent effects, what I did was I went ahead and downloaded the pre-keyed versions. All of these packages come in multiple versions, and we'll take a look at how to use things like the WMVs in PowerPoint and things like that, but just be aware that what I'm talking about right now are the pre-keyed alpha transparency versions. I haven't really checked out the video tutorials or anything here. I'm just going to kind of give you some tutorials. Sometimes they also have the graphics images, static images, so these can also be added to your library and then used in PowerPoint or as callouts in Camtasia. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we might use such a thing. So here on the timeline I just have some screen capture video, and it just kind of rolls along, and I put in one of the new circles promotional graphics, and I'll just let this roll and you can kind of see what this looks like. So here's the clip. The circle pops in and then another one kind of swings out, and then they all kind of rush out together. So that's the beauty of the animation video part. And if I come over here, what you also see is that, again, the transparency of the video clip itself lets everything else in the background show through. Okay, so all I did was I just grabbed it from the clip bin and dropped it down on top, anywhere on top of my underlying video clip. Okay, now the circles themselves are just blanks, but what I did was I just added text callouts on top of the effects clip. So again, remember layering. Whatever's on top shows above or in front of whatever's below. So as I scrub through here, we'll see the circle come in, okay, and then my text come in on top of that, and then the second circle will come in, swing out, and I just added another little piece of text on top of that. So what we end up with is this really kind of interesting effect that we never could have done before in Camtasia 7 or previous versions. Pretty sweet, huh? So that's just one example of using one of these kinds of effects to put on your timeline and add a little bit of zip to your videos. But like I say, you can find these everywhere, and they are just dirt cheap. A complete collection here for 19 bucks. You can also go to videohive.net, and what you want to look for here are the motion graphics. And as you can see, you can get all kinds of interesting things, including lower thirds, overlays, transitions, and whatnot. But let's go ahead and take a look here, and I'll show you what to look for. For example, if I want to find out what kind of cool lower thirds they have, and there are tons of them. Here's one called Sliced Paper that looks kind of interesting. Let's check it out. You can look at the video preview. And so basically, as you can see, whatever's underneath this video is a sample here. These other little effects will kind of layer themselves on top in an animated fashion. So that's actually looks kind of neat. Might be able to use that in any number of video projects. Here's the secret sauce, is that we want to look for something that says alpha channel, yes, and you should basically be good to go. Lots of fun stuff that can be done with this. Oh, $6, so you can't hardly beat that. Having a pretty good time with all of these newer effects, and again, like I say, I'm really looking forward to playing with some of the shapes and animations. I think these are really going to add a nice interesting bit of animation, quick and easy, to Camtasia 8 projects. Go ahead and click the link, check it out, and I also put together just a little demo reel that kind of goes through all of these. You can also check out the videos they have on the page here as samples. Some really interesting stuff. Let's go ahead and look at the shape collection as we're getting out of here. Now these, I think, are effects that I can use in real projects. Great for emphasis, pointing out certain aspects in a nice animated way. How fun are those? Okay, so use your imagination and let me know how you end up using these things. Talk to you later.